How do you know if you've got a negative entity that's influencing you in some way, shape or form? These things are rife. We are a food source to these beings. When you're extremely present, your levels of awareness and self-awareness rise, increase. So dive into your heart, follow your life compass, discover your mission. We have to harness dark and harness light, bring it into an equilibrium, master it in the 0 point. And from there, you see everything, you feel everything, and you can make better decisions. So astral entities, negative entities, we call them shadow parasites. How do you know if you've got a negative entity, either in your field or inside your body? How do you know if you've got an astral entity, a negative entity, a shadow parasite that's influencing you in some way, shape or form? Well, the thing is this, there are telltale signs, but unless you feel that something is happening within you that isn't right, and you start a line of inquiry and you end up speaking to someone like me or someone else in the field that understands this work, you're never gonna know. It's as simple as that, because the entity is gonna work through you. It's gonna play around with your deepest fears, your deepest traumas. It knows everything about you. And so the thoughts that you're thinking and the feelings that you're having and the things that you're experiencing, the decisions you're making, you're gonna think that you're making them. And so the entity, the shadow parasite, is gonna blend in with your consciousness. It's gonna blend in with your field, and you're gonna be like the host. And this thing's gonna kind of take over you on such a subtle level that you're never gonna know about it. That's the truth. Now, some people start to realize that something isn't right, but they still don't know what it is. They go to the doctors say they're crazy. Some doctors will put you on medication, might call you schizophrenic, might call you this, might say you've got this kind of disorder. Maybe you've got bipolar. There's all sorts of different labels that they chuck on you. Some people will say you've got mental health issues, but the fact of the matter is you're just dealing with some kind of shadow entity. And so many people do. We've all dealt with them at some point throughout our life. And anyone that says they haven't, in my book, is full of you know what. Because these things are rife. These interdimensional entities, they're all over this planet. They're all over multiple planets within this planetary environment, because Earth vibrates on multiple different frequencies. Some of them we are aware of and some of them we're not. They're on other planets, they're in the space, they're everywhere. And a lot of the human population are being affected by them right now. They're always trying, because we are a food source to these beings. And they don't want to let their food source go. So once they get inside of you, or they get into your field or your template in some way, shape or form, they're gonna work that template, work the host, work the body, and extract as much juice as they can, as much energy as they can. And this is the game. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just a game. You can't have any judgment on this game, you've just got to know how to play the game. Now, if someone is making irrational decisions, if someone can't get present and can't get settled, if someone is often anxious, if someone is erratic, if someone is on course doing something and suddenly they change their mind in a sporadic way and self-sabotage, all of these things are telltale signs of having some kind of shadow entity inside of you. A shadow entity is never going to want you to raise your vibration, because if you raise your vibration, these entities can't hang around. When you're in high humor, when you're in laughter, when you're in joy, when you're in passion, when you're in enthusiasm, when you're in love, these things cannot hang around. But most people can't hang around in those higher frequencies for long before something distracts them and they get pulled back down again. More often than not, some kind of entity will distract you and pull you back down. Now, say for example, you haven't got an entity inside of you, it's not in your field. What happens is the entities will work through other humans and get them to say something or do something to pull your vibration back down. Especially when we hit these things in the field called frequency fences. They're invisible fences throughout the game that we're playing, and as soon as you hit a frequency fence, it triggers. It's like red alert, this human being is raising their vibration too much. So it communicates with the minds and the hearts of men and women all over Earth, and someone that's near to you in your environment will get activated, and they'll come into your space and do something to trigger you, to bring your vibration back down again. Like, the game is extremely quick, the game is extremely clever, intelligent, and it makes it fun playing it. It would be boring if it was easy, right? You know, we're getting challenged and we're getting tested, but that's part of the game. When you're extremely present, your levels of awareness and self-awareness rise, increase, and you become aware of everything that's happening in your field. When you're bouncing around in your head, it's very difficult to see what's actually happening, because you're lost in that influx of repetitive, rapid, constant thoughts, and you can't see the wood through the trees. But when you drop down into your body, you drop down into your heart, and you feel, you start to experience things in the field at a deeper level, at a more super conscious level. So you see the things in the invisible world that you couldn't actually see and feel before. You start to know things, but you've got to be very, very present to be able to access this information. So being present is very important. If you ever do come across some kind of entity that's inside of your body, or it's in your field, laugh at it. It's very difficult for these entities to hang around, as I said, when you're in high humor, when you're in laughter. When you discover your life purpose, and you're living your purpose, you're living your mission, you're following your life compass, your heart, you get very passionate about that purpose, and very enthusiastic about that purpose. And you wake up every day in joy and enthusiasm and in passion. And those frequencies are so powerful. When you're in passion and enthusiasm, you're radiating such a supersonic energy. And it's very difficult for any kind of entity or shadow parasite to enter your field when you're in those vibrational harmonics. Staying there is of the utmost importance. So dive into your heart, follow your life compass, discover your mission, live with passion and enthusiasm, laugh and joke and have fun, and be like a little kid, be curious. And you know, within those states of consciousness, your frequency is ultra high. Now, there are some entities that will come into your field through contractual agreements. And when you've got a contract that you've entered into with an entity, you're going to have to break those contracts to get rid of the entity, because you've entered into a contract and the entity has permission to hang around. Now, if you get on a really high frequency, you can simply create such a field of high frequency code of mathematics that the entity struggles to stay around, even if it's in a contract with you. So there are times that when it will shift. But if you don't break the contract and the entity shifts, 9 times out of 10, if you drop your frequency at some point, it's going to find its way back in. So ultimately, you really want to break those contracts. I break all contracts and all agreements, all clauses and sub-clauses, all spells and all curses, all energy cords and all attachments, seen and unseen, known and unknown, throughout all time and space, across all dimensions, densities, realities, frequency bands and timelines, and I break them there. Say that 3 times with power, with emotion, with dedication, commitment, discipline, and really mean it when you say it. And as you say it, tap into the field and find those contracts from whichever reality field you entered into them on. And you get those contracts, burn them in a chromium flame. And once they're burnt, you can get rid of the entity. What we do is we use a smoky quartz pyramid. We'll stick the smoky quartz pyramid around the entity. We'll infuse it with a very specific code. And then what we'll do is we'll send the entity through a portal inside the pyramid, and boom, it goes to whichever dimensional space it's supposed to go to. These are the kind of things we teach on our level 1 training. Our level 1 training is by far the most comprehensive energy healing training on the planet. Hands down. We've trained thousands of Reiki masters, quantum healers, bioenergy healers. We've trained people from all walks of life. Experienced healers for 50, 60 years. Star magic, it's where it's at. Once you understand the quantum code, once you understand how to be a computer programmer and reprogram the data in the back end of someone's biological computer, their body and brain, healing becomes extremely easy. But coming back to these shadow entities, you have to break the contracts if you've got a contract with one. You can have entities hanging around in the field that you haven't got contracts with, and simply raising your frequency and keeping your frequency high is more than enough to stop them affecting. Some of these entities will play around with your thoughts and your emotions from a long way away. Some of them will be on spacecrafts, some will be down in the planet, some will be in other dimensional fields within this same space, just on different frequency bands. There are multiple councils that you can go to when you're breaking certain higher dimensional contracts. We have contracts that are locked contracts that we can't access until we go to some of these councils. You've got the 6th dimensional council, which deals with a lot of low-level contracts. You've got the 55th dimensional council, and the 55th dimension isn't 55 dimensions up. The 55th dimension is just a mathematical space, but it's where you need to go to. There are other mathematical spaces that deal with even higher contracts, but for most people on planet Earth, you can deal with most things in the 6th dimensional council. The 55th dimensional council, you can pretty much deal with anything. There are other bits and pieces when you reach an extremely high level that you'll need to deal with in higher mathematical spaces or deeper mathematical spaces. But that's for another time. What you have to understand or understand is that you are a god. You are a goddess. You are powerful beyond measure. And this supercomputer that your consciousness resides inside of on this planet that we call Earth is so powerful. There are certain powers that don't want you to discover this power, and so they want to keep you locked in this external reality. When you're focused on the external reality and you're striving to get here and you're striving to get there, you're in judgment, you're never satisfied with where you are because you're in comparison mode, comparing yourself to other people, you're never going to be present. And when you're out of a present state of awareness, you're never going to be super focused, super powerful, super energized, because you're being fractalized. Your attention is being taken here, your attention is being taken there. And when your attention is here, there, and everywhere, it means your energy follows, and that means you're a fractalized human. That means you're never supersonic. You're never going to step into your full superhuman potential because your energy is flowing in so many different directions. We have to harness dark and harness light, bring it into an equilibrium, master it in the 0 point, become extremely present, and that's where we need to operate from. And from there, you see everything, you feel everything, and you can make better decisions. And from there, you understand exactly what is taking place in your own field. And from there, you can make choices to dissolve, to transmute, to break contracts, to move in a different direction, to raise your frequency so flipping high that nothing can touch you. So becoming present is mission critical. And then when you move through time and space, through life, laugh at it, have fun. It's a cosmic joke, man. It's a cosmic joke. Don't take it so seriously. Have a little bit of fun with it. Even these topics and subjects like what we're talking about now, some people get freaked out by entities and astral entities and demonic beings, but they're all part of our game, and we shouldn't judge them. We shouldn't hate them. We should be grateful for them because they upskill us. They give us a chance to understand and understand this multi-dimensional supercomputer, this holographic game that we live and play in 24/7, 365 in a different way. As I said before, it wouldn't be fun if it was easy. It wouldn't be fun if we were all the same. We are all fractals of God, individual expressions of magic and alchemy. We all have radical uniqueness in every cell in our body. So dive into your heart and experience that. Express yourself like a cosmic flower, blooming 24/7, 365. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing. And you are a lion. You are a lioness. And you have the opportunity to raise your levels, upgrade yourself, expand your consciousness, your awareness, and move into a state of wholeness where you become everything. And by default, when you become everything, you want for nothing. And because you want for nothing and you're in wholeness, again, by default, everything flows towards you. Money, relationships, health are easy pickings in this human reality. But you've got to move into wholeness to be able to experience it. And that means you've got to be still. Because if you're not still, and you're not in that present state of awareness, you're never going to be in wholeness. Because when you're not still, mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, you're going to be fractalized. Now, when I say physically, I don't mean you shouldn't be moving around and moving and doing things, no. But when you do move around in a present state of consciousness. So if you're walking from A to B, be present of every step on your way. Be aware of every thought. Don't be so focused on the place that you're going to, which we're calling B, that you miss out on everything between A and B. All of the space, all of the steps, all of the beauty and the magic in your external environment. I'm in Jamaica at the moment, and I went to the gym this morning, and I was aware of every step on my way to the gym. I was aware of the waves coming into the beach, the people walking around, the complex that we're in, the birds, the geckos, the sun, the breeze, everything. I was everything on that walk. I wasn't thinking about going to the gym. I was just thinking about what was happening on my way to the gym and being what was happening on my way to the gym. This is how we've got to be always. We lose 80% of our energy through our thoughts. So stop thinking, start being, and start raising the game, man. Raise your standards. Raise your standards. Be a walking, talking, shining example, blazing a trail for your sisters and brothers, leading the way, not because you're a leader, but because you're an alchemist, spelling the space with your thoughts and your emotions, that electrical and that magnetic, perfectly infused in harmonic resonance with everything that is unfolding in the present moment. It's all love, beautiful soul. It's all love. It's all mathematics. It's all code. It's all fun. It's a cosmic joke. Wherever you are on planet Earth, go out into the world and love your sisters and brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never, ever, ever be the first to let go. It's the golden rule of hugging. Remember to like this video. Hit the bell so you get notified when the next video comes along. Share this video, comment on this video. If there's anything you'd like me to speak into, any particular subjects and topics, put them in the comments below. You're amazing, and I love you. Remember to check out our website, starmagichealing.org. We got some of the best ascension tools on planet Earth. Hundreds of guided meditations, light language transmissions, cosmic yoga, nutrition, exercise, breath work, mystery school teachings on thousands of different topics. We have everything you need to be a high vibrational being, to navigate this ascension process in the most formidable way, with ease and with grace. We meet every Monday and Wednesday for the frequency spa, for activations, ascension transmissions, meditations. We meet every second Sunday for the Fearless Focus, where we set challenges and protocols to keep you accountable, so you keep raising your vibration and step further and deeper into your superhuman potential. All of this stuff is free right now at starmagichealing.org. Click the link underneath this video. Go and get access to it right now. And remember, be the joker, be the jester, be the fool. Have fun, laugh, and don't take it so seriously. It really is a cosmic joke. I'll see you again real soon, beautiful soul. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out.